Hey there and welcome back. Welcome back to a beautiful little adventure here in Amur. In our last episode we had a massive recovery issue though. And oh boy, it was the most difficult recovery that I've ever done. And well, you gotta see it. You gotta see it though. It's not the most it's not the best episode where we progress throughout the missions and all, because this recovery mission was something else. My oh my oh my. Like I said, never experienced something like it. We were literally stuck between a rock and inside a log. Alright? Now that is something else though, if you ask me already. And the only way how we could actually get out of there is using brute force. And later on, even more brute force. And even a bigger crane like the Avonhorn over there with its red little crane over there, right? You know, it's a very strong crane though that it's carrying there. Yeah, didn't do. Nope, the Avonhorn was tipping all over. The ZigZ at full speed could not get the Kolob free. You needed a huge, massive, heavy truck like the Avonhorn at full speed from almost the top of this hill all the way down there. At full speed we had to go in 7 out of 7 gear to actually hit this Kolob for, you know, full frontal hit, and then it was totally free. Wow. Let's get the active suspension on again. And let's go across the border, because I do want to see if the active suspension is resetting. I've never paid attention to that. No, it is actually not. Look at that. That is good to know. Awesome sauce. Now we are here in Northern IH's installation, and we are going to fix some of these roads though, like the small landslide and the rock slide part. So half of the map is almost completely open though. I'm really looking forward to it. And then we are going to get a special trailer. Oh. While we are here, better refuel though, one might say. And there we are. And while we are here, of course, you know, we are going to use the ZigZ to actually get a little trailer somewhere here. And then put the landslide in the woods. Well, out of place though. It's not going to be an issue anymore either. But wow, finally we are here working on the different mission though. How cool is that? Different region, I mean. How cool is that? The other region, Urska region, we have at 100% with the normal missions. So not the contracts that we are highlighted right now with the bare minimum. But yeah, the normal side missions though, they are 100% complete. All the infrastructure is repaired. Beautiful work though, beautiful work. We have done so much already. And by the way, talking about the recovery, it took me 4 days, in-game days though, right? You know, to actually start moving that thing. And it was not fully recovered. At the end though of the 4th day, that truck was released of its misery. And we could finally keep on hauling though. As you can see, we are actually driving the Kolob that was stuck. So how nice is that? Alright, we just gotta raw dog this little part right over there. Nice. Now this is an kind of insane or brave, whatever you want to call it though. Like an 8-slot trailer in Amur is not the smartest thing ever though, I might say. But so far it's really working out for us, and that's nice. That is really nice. We gotta go to the left here. I'm not sure if we can turn, because sometimes though with mud and all, yeah, I cannot do much then. Ay, just out of reach though, huh? Just out of reach. There we go. Alright. Let's go a little bit backwards. Get the nose ready in position, and then off we go though. Now hopefully it will move. It does not move in the direction where I want it, so let's winch it up. And now it will. Alright, we gotta take a long turn though, right? Because all of that, well, technically if we take that head on right now like this, it will not tip. And steer straight. There you go. Beautiful. Hi-yi-yi-yi-yi-yi. There we are. And here we go. This is for the mission. Let's see. The small landslide. Now, this is bad. It surely is because we are sliding forward. Now, this is bad. According to the map, this route is very promising for exploration. So we have to do something about the landslide. I totally agree. I totally agree, though. Appa. 2 wooden planks and 1 metal beam. 1 less problem for exploration. Thanks. Thank you, too. Yeah, we definitely have to do quite a bit more though, in this region. But that is already the first mission though. All the struggles in the past episode was actually worth it. Because now, this is a massive freedom spike over here. Freedom of movement. Such an underestimated thing though to have. Gotta be careful of this little pole over here. Yeah. There you go. Oh, well, we say there you go though, but... Ooh, tight fit though. Yep, managed to do it. So that it teaches me a lesson. If we are going to transport certain items, we kind of want to do it with a smaller trailer. And I mean, you know, like cargo that is a little bit higher up than on this trailer. You know, like it is going a step down though for like what, 30 inches or something, 40 maybe. And then, yeah, you know, like it almost did hit the pole anyways. So top cargo, not gonna happen here. It's kind of funny that we are managing this rather well though, with this massive trailer. It's a little bit of a silly thing to do though, I have to admit. It was more like an ego thing. But an ego thing that actually paid off though, big time. Which is always nice. By the way, don't worry about this trailer though. Its wheel length is absolutely magnificent, as you can see in a second. There you go. Oh yeah, look at that. Before the rear actually goes off, the front already has some terrain below it. So that's nice. Now, are we still driving in the optimal direction? Yes, we are. Very good, very good. Now there are many sideways and side roads to our left side here. I've not explored it just yet. There could be a couple of missions there though. We gotta check it out though later on. Probably with a scout or an off-road truck. Oh boy. Yeah, there's a little pole over there as you can see. There you go. No matter how powerful these Russian trucks are though, the front is always being dug in though by something at least. It's kind of funny though, right? You know, because a lot of these kind of look like they are very high off the ground, but for some reason this does happen. Now there's a little issue coming up in my mind, right? You know, we have to drive this one all the way back, and I repeat, all the way back. How are we going to turn this thing around here? There's a narrow road ahead, and there's a little valley around here that we cannot really turn around with either. So, you know, like that is that. We gotta be careful about it. There you go. There we are. The road is clear. Glad I can count on you. And that was the mission. What was it again? Landslide? Something like that, right? You know. Oh, rock slide. There you go. That was the mission. All right. Now we can go over there, which is awesome sauce. Now, all of this is free, though. And that makes me very happy. Now, landslide in the woods delivered to the service trailer. Wait a minute. So we have to grab this one. And then go over there. And yet this is the landslide in the woods. Interesting. Huh. So if we deliver it to the monastery, they are going to take care of this then. I think so. Interesting indeed. Now, I mean, while we are at it though, right, you know, we can actually have a nice little look around on this road. You know, and it's this one on the side that I mentioned before. It's a very dangerous road though. Not the best for heavy cargo or anything like that. Unless you have it on the flatbed behind your truck itself and not on a trailer. Because trailers, they do love to bounce though. It's a very interesting terrain though to actually look over here, right, you know? Man, what a rough world though. You know, like, ever since I was a kid though, right, you know, I loved maps and the idea of exploration and untapped glory or wealth to be found. And if I look at this though, who knows what might be down here, right, you know? And I mean, maybe deeper, maybe a little bit less deep, maybe it's just surface level though, right, you know? And I'm talking about gold and oil. And look at that. We got a can loaf over here. What is that can loaf doing over here though? Wait a minute. Just a random... You look at that little thing over there, man. Oh, wait a minute. Wasn't there a mission that we had to deliver a can loaf somewhere? No, that's the Don. Yeah. Let's do a start tracking here for a second. Oh, yeah, all the way to the top right. Fallen bridge. Eroded. Interesting. So there might be a mission over there, though, huh? Where we not have been. Or somewhere around here. Well, whatever it is, I better take it with me, though. But my, oh my. Can you imagine, though? Where are the people at? This is way too far away, though, to make it to town. You know? Way too far away. Especially with the colds here in this region. Come on. A little bit further. Yeah, I kind of don't want to ruin it though, right? So, let's put that one on. Was that an update, by the way? Because right now every truck has, you know, our vehicle has actually the ability to be lifted up from the top. Or is it just me? Did I miss it all the time? It is a great possibility, though. Come on, little Boogaloo crane. We can do this, though. We can do it together. There we are. Just lift it up here. It's like a nice little toy car, isn't it? I kind of like the design, though, because it's so silly, though, for a scouting vehicle. It's more like, you know, something you might buy if you want to sell bread by door. Bread, chicken and milk, you know? Chicken? I mean, chicken eggs. Pastries. Yeah, that's nice. Some old school thing, right, you know? There could be massive money in that, by the way. Especially if you're part of a bakery, right? And not some home kitchen. Although that's not bad, though, but... it's difficult to trust just a random dude, though, that's baking bread, you know what I mean? And, yeah, this is part of the issue, though, like I was fearing. Yeah, that's why I'm careful with these roads, though, especially in Amur. So, we are going to take a shortcut through the forest. Perfect shortcut, though. Oi, 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 oi. Think about the box, though, huh? Oh, yeah. You gotta think about the box to make it in this world. Now, to be fair with you, there was no mission indicator, there was no pop-up, there was nothing, though. So can you imagine somebody is fishing, now probably not fishing, but somebody is hunting here, searching for something, doing a geological research or anything like that, though, right? You know, and you come back and their little loaf is gone, the little hippie bus. You know what I mean, though? Or do you see in the distance, you know, red 6C612H that we are driving right now with that little truck on the back. And no matter how much they shout, though, we can't even hear anything of it. Yeah, snow is muffling. It's very muffling, though. Got another friend over there, as you can see. It's our Kolob. Hoppa. Right like that. Beautiful. And now this toy car, we are just going to pop a ride over here somewhere, right? You know? There you go. Now, I kind of wondered, though. Right, you know? Change truck. And that's the Kolob. Ah, we cannot change the truck, so it's not ours. Now let's see. We have options. We have options. We can go here to the right and go like this. And I think that might be the best course, though, for this mission over here. Landslide in the woods. Let's go and activate it. Yeah, I think it's best to actually reverse in here. Yeah, let's just do that, though. The terrain seems to be controllable enough, though, for our 6C. It's a little bit small here and there, but it will be no biggie. Oh, no. Awesome. And there we go, though. Beautiful, right? Absolutely fantastic. Now, a little tip, though, is just like that. Because it's nice and slippery down there, as you can see, definitely, right? Wow, what was that even, though, huh? Yeah. I kind of would like to actually, you know, like... Oh, start the engine. And then, of course, you know, get my trailer there already. But let's just go right like that. And try to put it on its feet. Ah, wouldn't it be better, though, that it will be the other way around, though? Yeah. We cannot be too picky, though, but... This is fun, though, huh? When things go wrong, you know, like, the fun is starting. It's always been the case, though, huh? There you go. We can be very proud if things actually work out, too, if you build something, of course. But you kind of want to fix it, too, huh? Unless it's really bad engineering and everything is just horrible to get to. You know, and whatever should take a minute takes an hour. Yeah, that's... Just burn it, you know. That's what we want to do then, but in general, it's a cat and mouse game, though. Build, repair. And Tom and Jerry had a lot of fun doing so, I suppose. Now we have to go all the way back here and then move toward the monastery. Now I hope those guys over there, though, huh? Have a couple of, well, you know, like maybe some bread left for me. Couple potatoes. You know, it would be nice. Some onions for on the bread. Ooh. Add some butter in the pan. Alright, seriously though, right? Add some butter in the pan. And then you can chop or dice your potatoes. I mean, you know, your onions. And then caramelize those onions without sugar, by the way. Well, onions are vegetables, so they are technically made of sugars. So you put it in the butter, you fry them, in other words, until they become soft and see-through. Add a little bit of salt, add a little bit of pepper, and then put it on your bread. And the best is soft bread, though. Soft, sweet bread. Nice. Very delicious, though. Very nice. If you have tried it, before I said it or after, I don't mind. Right? Let me know if you like it. Especially if you tried it since I said so. Right, the recipe. It's really good though. It's just very basic, but it's absolutely fantastic. The French are crazy about it. In the Napoleon area, they were singing songs like they do love fried onion. And others cannot have fried onion. Only the French army can have French. Well, not French onion, but they can have onions. And the thing though about the onions though, he waged war in Europe for the onions apparently, because nobody else could have them. Sad for them though, they lost the wars. Because now we are all eating the onion. Wasn't it the French song? Opa, nah. That's a whole different one. I'm not going to sing in French or something like that, no. But I know a couple of songs, by the way. Yeah, so I'm not going to sing like that. Opa. But it's an interesting war song, though, one might say. Everybody's singing about some heroic things, though, and they sing about their onions. Alrighty then. So we have to go to the left here, because to the right yeah, this is the strangest thing though. I'm still going to check it out though, because I believe we had to deliver it here at first, or use it here. We just have to be certain though, right? You know, we have to be certain here. Nope. Alright. Let's deliver it though. I mean, I would love to do it for them though, right? So those monks can do whatever they want to do. Although those guys, they are hard workers to begin with. It's a difficult life. Up, now from here. Just like that. More of a pull. And hoppa, here we are. Beautiful. Let's put the lights on. And let's speed up to the monastery though. It's getting late and I can smell dinner already. Well, they are telling me, like, they are not going to take it right now. We have to stop the engine. They are praying and we can sleep. We will get some breakfast though, but that's about that. No dinner for me. Fasting is not so bad, they said, right? And I do agree with them. Appa, now we kind of have to move this trailer in there. I thought we could just nick it. There we go. Marvelous. The path is clear and the people from the monastery give us some supplies. Here's your cut. Very nice though, very nice. I mean, that's a lot of money though these poor guys have to pay. But that was the landslide in the forest. We could actually technically move over here and check what's over here too, right? I don't know, it looks like a military base or logging camp. I think it's a logging camp though, now that I look a little bit closer. Yeah, let's investigate that one, huh? Oh wait, that snow path, man. I think it's made of glue. Alright, it kind of seems like we have two options right now, left and right. And I do see some tire tracks move towards the left, so we are going to the left. Later on we can go to the right. I'm very curious about this though, because it could just be like we do need to deliver the Khan over there. The Khan Loaf, that is. A very popular vehicle apparently in Russia. I believe every map that we have been into that has to do with Russia, like Kolob, Taimyr, this one, has a loaf that we have to rescue, right? I believe so. I really do. And this is the third Russian map I believe we are in. Or the fourth? I believe it's the third. Let's actually see. Now I'm very curious. So Amur. We have the, 1 second. Amur. Yakola. Taimyr. And yeah. Okay, this is the third one. Good to know. 1, 2, 3, we can count. How awesome is that of us though, huh? We will pass second grade. Oh, yep. And off we go, off we go. So yeah, you know, like, I wonder now if that tradition continues in the fourth map. Now I'm hyped already. Now, let's see, what do we have here? We have a logging station or a sawmill. And it kind of seems more like a sawmill, though. Kondan now, something like that, though. Probably it means welcome, I'm not sure. Or sawmill, who knows? Now, it kind of looks abandoned, though. Ah, look at this. They were actually making the electric poles over here. Nice. Oh, this is completely abandoned. There's a massive road heading towards there, though. That is interesting. Oh, that is cool. Not very useful for you and me, though, but, I mean, I do like that detail. An abandoned little road. Now, I think I'm going to lose some tires here. Or at least lots of damage will be taken. So let's see if we can actually make it though. You know what? Let's try to get over here. Come on, big boy. Not too quick though. Not too slow. Nice and controlled. We still have enough gasoline though. Don't worry about it. The wise man will now turn around and go to that fuel tank. But we are a smart man, not a wise man. Because a smart man knows the future lies in front of us. Well, technically a wise man would say that, but, you know, let's just keep on going. I wonder why that company is not working anymore, right? You know, like it's so abandoned. Probably has to do with the massive rocks on the road. They always did need to hire a specialist though, huh? With a specialized truck to actually be able to move around here. That just adds up the cost though. And if you have the cost of production, and then the cost of transport. And probably someone who's competing with your prices in the neighborhood though. Yeah, it's a disaster for going bankrupt. So, you know, bankruptcy is not a nice thing. Especially not in a location here, because man, who is going to help you out, I suppose, huh? Alright, now let's see. We can go to the right. What we don't want to do, we want to go over here. There's a little cross path. And I really want to check. Oh, is that what I think it is though? It looks like a gas station. Oh my, oh my, oh my. If that is the case though, wow. Now let's go refuel. We have some reserves on us. There we go. What I want to do, at least on the very minimum, is get that new upgrade. Last time we forgot about it, but that is our goal though. On the minimal. And then we can plan what we do need to do also for the next repairs for the transport sections, right? You know, the bridges and other blockades, metal beams, and of course the wooden planks. Now the metal beams though are going to be an issue on its own. We do need something that can actually, well, you know, get the beams or the rolls, the metal sheet rolls towards the factory, and from the factory the metal beams back, because that normal route is the best route towards there. I believe so, at least. Oh my, look at that though. That is very unfortunate though. This is a route that we cannot take with... we can take it actually. But yeah, with normal cargo trailer, this might be a difficult passageway though. But we will manage, we will manage. Like if we go from the left side, the right side is just destructive. But the way back, yeah, impossible. So the way back over here, that means that we have to check that one out next time. But yeah, it's going to be a logistics thing though, right? You know, from the factory. I'm not sure if we are going to get the rolls towards the factory and the metal beams towards the warehouse, or that we are going to keep continuing from the steel factory towards this region. Oh no, yeah, that's bad, that's bad. We definitely want to repair that right away because of fuel and everything. There we go, nice, everything well repaired. But yeah, you know, like, it's a logistics thing that we have to think about, because it's a long way towards the steel factory from our garage. But it's also a long way from the warehouse towards here too. And I don't think either route is very optimal, to be fair. One is covered in ice and has a very narrow path, right, that we had to travel through in the last episode. And the other one has a lots of swamp though. And I think that one, to be fair with you, might be the better version to take. I really do think so. It makes just more sense though. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't has extreme narrow paths with rocks in here and there, and then... Oh, that is a gas station, but it might be abandoned though. It is abandoned though, isn't it? No way, it is abandoned. Yep. Well, somebody is living there though, but he don't have any diesel on him. That is bad though, that is bad. Yeah, well, I'm not sure if it is actually worth it though for the region to refuel that one, because I don't think there are jobs ahead of us, you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think there's anything over here that is worth recovering. But then again, we do see truck tires, you know, running through here. So that is something that we have to think about too. Apparently there is travel here, so... but nothing to live here, and I don't think Russia is going to rebuild all of this though. It's clearly abandoned. Local economy is down. It will be useful for you and me, right, that we have a gas station around here, but I mean, a trailer hauling over here is also a good thing. Just a temporarily fix. And I think, and this is the major reason though behind my thinking right now, if we put it full with diesel and gasoline and, you know, anything else for the gas stove, one might say, you realize, right, you know, like, it will just go bad because there's not enough people around here that might actually be using all of the gas and diesel and all, so it will just turn bad though, because the fumes and everything, it's just vaporizing, and then it just becomes, you know, worthless. It's not going to burn anymore. Alright, so we either go down here. Yeah, we go down here. Yeah, let's go. Can we do this? Very risky though. Oh, there we go. Very nice. Very risky, but worth it. It's kind of always funny though, right? You know, like in those apocalyptic movies and games, that you can just get gasoline out of any car, even if it's like 5 to 10 years later. Yeah, it's not going to be worth anything anymore, sadly, though, huh? If it was only the case, if it was only the case. So we gotta learn how to make it ourselves when the apocalypse hit. Preferably before that. But I don't think any competition is allowed, if you know what I mean, though, right? You know, so let's go grab this upgrade here. The KR Custom 160, an entire nation's worth of horsepowers, carefully compressed and tucked under your scout's hood. Considering its shady origins and spectacular power output, its reliability is expectable. I see. The Khan Marshal, the TUS 166, and the Don 71, the Khan Loaf, and the Gorbai 4. Interesting, interesting, interesting. So we are going to stop that because now I'm curious. Alright, look at that though. I did not realize that we have a... Well, you know, it's not more powerful though, but that's kind of interesting than the SOF version. Very strange though, it's an S+. This one is an A+. So why would we even go here? Like, what's the magic behind it? You know what I mean? There should not be no magic behind it. I'm still going to try it out though. Let's see how it is. It doesn't sound as heavy as I thought it would be. Look at it slide, man. Oh yeah, that's the dangers of scout vehicles though, huh? Let's see, let's see, let's see. Let's just go into the deep directly. Low gear plus. Okay, okay. It is doing a rather good job though, so far. And here we go inside of the deep mud in the end. Yeah, I don't know, I have to say that. Like, the Khan Marshal over here, it's such a good scout to begin with. Yeah, I don't think this is a massive upgrade though, but I do think it's meant more for a different scout than this one actually. Right? It just has to be. It has to be because it's a downgrade for this beautiful, overpowered and controversial scout. It's controversial though because it was actually a DLC at launch. And people compared this one with all the other trucks that you had from day one though. And the issue is it's not as overpowered compared to other trucks and all. But because you didn't have to farm for upgrades and level up your character, your Garrett's, right, to level 6 at least, this one felt overly overpowered. Because it was, in comparison to that. It's actually not bad. Interesting. Alright, here we go though with this Russian scout. Let's see how good this one is. And by the way, this one is the Khan 317 Sentinel. And we should have stayed on the road, by the way. All-wheel drive is engageable, so is the differential lock. So there's already a difference between this one and the Khan Marshal. So far, I appreciate this truck already. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Let's put low gear plus and differential lock on. It kind of feels like it is better. But at the same time, with different things, I already do feel like it's not. Like it's digging in a little bit too much in comparison. Alright, so I didn't want to bore you too much though, but as you can see, it is slower than the Khan. But I kind of like the design way more though, so it's a personal preference in the end. We cannot always go for the meta though, right? You know, we don't want to feel like a circus either to actually wear something that we don't like. But I do like both. I really do like both. But if I had to put my real money into a real vehicle, what I have to drive around with and make nice footage for you guys, then I would go for this one. But as you can see, it is just a little bit slower. Let's say if the Khan Marshal would do this one in 1 minute, this one will do it in Oh, it did slow down. I wanted to say 1 minute and 30 seconds though. It will do this one in 2 minutes. If not 2.5. That is a massive difference though. Massive difference. So keep that in mind. And by that, I want to thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful time. And I will see you guys in the next one. Stay happy, stay healthy. And don't forget to subscribe though. Bye bye.